What is up, legends? We are back, and we're going to talk about once you beat all of the story content, which is 620. It's actually not even hard. That's why I'm not even doing a video on it because I thought that it would be like, oh, it's going to be an epic fight. It ain't challenging, dog. If you are at this point right now, you're just going to curb stomp it. I have confidence in all of you that you'll be just fine. So we don't need to talk about that. So what happens after that, and how do you scale your characters? So the biggest scale in the game is actually, as we go into develop right here, ancient mark. Now all of this looks like rainbow. You're probably like, what the hell is this? So ancient marks is essentially your gear in the game, and you can scale that according to whatever space that you use, like what you're actually using, and your luck, kind of, because it's kind of RNG what pieces that you get. So you see my overall right here. I have 28% scaling on my HP, 18% on my attack, 12% on my defense, and 15.2 on Pierce. Elements was just raw on 51. Critical hit right now is 12%, and critical damage is 32%. So obviously, my advice to you is to go for stats more so over any of the kind of like set pieces. Now the set pieces is like this right here, this molten hammer right here, which ended up I ended up rolling something good on it. This is reduce on my damage visit, or increase on my damage resist, and then critical, and then attack. It ended up rolling pretty good. You don't always get all that. It can be something random. Same thing like with this, it could be random things in there, but you, for the most part, want to end up with these stats right here to kind of like even things out. And for the most part, you kind of like want to play Tetris and try to get the pieces and get good stats on everything. Eventually, gonna run out. Like you see, I ran out at the top, so I don't have anything really built up in them, which is their blue. Tier two is essentially when you have two pieces like this, it'll be purple like this, and then tier three is when you have three when it's gold like this. But you gotta get the pieces, and they gotta be relative to the character. Like if this is a darkness character, I can't put fire damage on it. It's not gonna help. She doesn't do fire damage. So just keep things in mind like that. So where do you actually get that? You head over to start. I did this a little bit before, but we'll do a little bit of it now. The Tome of Fate is where you would get these things from. So you head in, and there's a couple ways you can actually get it. You have a store right here that you will get currency for to actually get the pieces. The game will recommend stuff to you, but I ignore the heck out of the recommended for the most part, because when you try to use the recommended pieces, sometimes it's of use, sometimes it's not. And you see, like the very top ones are like they're expensive and they take a lot of room. On top of that, I rather just build it all myself, if we're being honest, and go for the stat. And if I want to go complete crit build, I can go that. I want to go complete tank, I can go that. If you adhere to all of this, you're not gonna get those pieces that way. It's just not gonna work out like that. So you can do a normal story and then knock all that out, which you should do just to open everything up, and you'll get all those items. You can also do explore right here, which is what we're gonna briefly do, and go in, and you have a question here, which you see I've already done. You pretty much can do it at once every week and unlock everything, but for the most part, you want to come here and start unlocking these things, which makes it easier to go through this mode and to kind of like offset all of the things that's going to happen to you, because all right, so you definitely want to be careful with this and just kind of like figure out what is going to happen in here, what you're going to have to actually end up fighting. You see pretty much it tells you each one. And I can tell you Erishon at the end is problematic. She's bad problematic. She ain't that great to use, but fighting her ain't fun, because he teleports and has like no cooldown for it. But when you use it, you got a cooldown. I don't know. Maybe if you get max dupes, that don't happen. But going in, what you can end up doing is picking different things will unlock different areas that you can actually get benefits from. There is, let me go back. Head over here to illustrations, as you can see right here. As you kind of similar to games like HSR and the Hoyo games, as you find and unlock different things and different powers, you get achievement stuff for that. As you guys can see, you see I'm up to 40 right now on things that I've unlocked, and you want to just, even if you don't have any intention to, you want to just collect all of these because it's going to lead you to getting more currency. Basically, there's no reason not to do it because currency is good. Now, of course, if it doesn't benefit the character in any way, then don't do it. But for the most part, that helps you out, and you get to come in here and pick all of these up. Now, you need the same item to level up the item. You can't pick a different one. It has to be the same item. Like, it can't be so Corona and then Endless March. That ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It has to be the same one. They'll roll into different things, but it still needs to be the same one. Like if you like, I got Molten Hammer, as you guys can see, up to level 2, and there's 2 of them. I had to get the same Molten Hammer. I couldn't use Sacred Goblet and Molten Hammer together. That's not gonna work out. Now you can actually put Sacred Goblin with 2 Sacred Goblins. Like, so if you want to, use that, then by all means go ahead. There is some interesting things in here, and you'll get base stats. Hopefully you get a scaling stat and not a flat stat, because flat stats can roll on this. And then you guys already know how flat stats are. Like, you kind of want to shy away from that. Down here on the bottom right here is the weaker things down here, but they're kind of useful because they're easier to build up. You will get them for completing the mode that I just showed you, the fate mode, and you will end up basically kind of like tailor making your own gear, so to speak, because you just have to actually roll it. It can be random though, so it could random into anything. And getting the elemental stats is hard because there's the elemental stats, which there's 5 of them. Then it's attack, defense, pierce, and HP. So you got like that. Getting the elemental stat is like a 10% chance on the piece. It's gonna roll any of those other 10 things. So that's kind of like, yikes. But you want the elemental stats because they help your overall damage. So that's something for you to think about. But yeah, going in, this isn't easy. I have done this a few times already, and then I'm already beat up by the time I get to Erishon, because in the T3 version of adventure mode, it's harder, and you have to go through more of the stages than you do in T1 and T2, and you're weakened by the time you get towards the end. And I just end up with like damn near 1 character alive and very alive. Now, if I get good rolls and get good items where I start getting good sustained stuff early, then I'll probably be okay by the end. But you can get through it for the most part. You can even go safe. I might even build Ashley basically to just heal through everything. To have 2 healers out there and just let Nana carry, which is probably a better choice in T3. But I'll have to build her because I just haven't started building her at all right now. So the other thing that I want to hit you guys up with before we get out of here is you will notice, all right, just my advice, Vulcan's Grace. Now you see, I already have this like done. And if you look right here, there's a weapon that's not highlighted. Well, it is highlighted, but it's not colored in. And it's obviously the next character that is coming. You see there's a stay tuned 5-4. So the reason why I haven't picked this up is because I would just wait so I could just automatically get this weapon with this character and not have to actually summon on it. that's just me. Like you can easily go get any of these other weapons. It's not like it doesn't look like this is gonna go away because it's 43 days, and the fourth is literally in 19 days, so you have time. And I've already done most of all the tasks already, so I'm just gonna leave this. This is just my advice to you guys. Just a little bit of an advice, just to save you some time and some currency and having to actually summon for that, so then you can just summon for the character and automatically have the weapon. That's my advice to you guys on that. It's up to you. Don't have to do that. Ooh, what did this turn? Oh, anything but that. Not that that's necessarily bad, but yeah, nah, it feels terrible. Feels terrible. So do we have anything summon wise? Oh, we got 17. I'm doing it. Oh.
Excuse me.
Well, I mean, I gotta build you, so you decide to come through. This character right here, though, you get to use this character in the story. Where's she at? She's kind of amazing. She's kind of really good. I wish these two were good. They ain't good. Ninsar and Enki, oh my god, they are so terrible. Like, I can't. Yeah, I really can't. It is so bad. Ming is actually kind of good too. She's a fire unit. She's kind of good. These two right here, don't sleep on them. They're gonna have use in the future. And then obviously Ashley, she's probably the best pure healer in the game. Logos is a good healer when it comes to being more DPS, where you don't have to actually sacrifice anything for healing. You can just keep it in rotation and rotate her into her healing, and then swap back to your DPS unit and then heal. Basically, that's what Logos is for. Ashley's is just straight. You need healing, I got you. That's what this character is for. She might even be really useful in the mode that I just showed you, and T3 mode, basically to allow you just to sustain even better, because again, you have to rotate Ashley into, you have to rotate Logos into being the healing, which is great for these two characters right here, Nana and Flo. But that becomes problematic a little bit later on, because you may want to, like, if you make a mistake, then you gotta rotate her into the healing and then rotate the character out and all that type of stuff. And you may not get the chance to do that. They may just try to beat the life out of you like that. So, there's some heads up. There's some heads up. And I'm actually probably going to take a little bit of time to try to build Ashley up, just to see if I can use her basically with Nana and Logos, and then take Flo out. Not that anything is wrong with Flo. Flo is essentially another point character along with Nana. So I'm basically using 2 point characters and a support right now, who's not technically like a complete healer. She is, but you kind of get the gist of it. So, and I would like to eventually bring these 3 characters in. So if there's a point where I need to have a team 2, this is literally what my team 2 is going to be, because they're really good. On top of Zero is completely underrated. Zero is combo queen. So if don't be too shook like saying, oh, she's bench purple character. She's really good. Gonna put that out there. So I will catch you guys next video. Be legendary. Good luck to you. Hopefully you're getting all the characters that you want to get. And yeah, we're probably gonna get content tomorrow. By the way, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get content tomorrow, or something so forth. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love everybody who stops by. You guys always make my day with your comments. It's always funny and whimsical and gives me a reason to keep going. So be legendary, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.